Friday. Ugh. It is Friday and it's very quiet. I'm a little late today, so wait a little bit here. Kind of slow my roll, but I think the thumbnail says it all this week. That I'll probably have to repeat this 5 times, but I've had enough. I've had enough of waiting around. I've had enough of not being in control of things. And I think everybody kind of goes through these kind of phases, when it comes to flying drones and I think I'm the longest holdout in history to what I should have done a long time ago. I think there were some couple of half-hearted attempts, but it's time for me to move forward. And I think I've finally seen the light, and there's no turning back now. There's zero turning. I'm not turning back. There's only the direction forward, and I'm doing everything I can to be successful this time. In the past, I didn't. I think I've made every single mistake you can make as far as building is concerned. Either not equipping myself with the right things, or kind of taking a minimalist approach. This time I am taking care of every single detail. Everything that made it difficult in the past, I'm fixing those things. I'm taking care of all those holes that I left. And and I think that going this direction, you go, when you finally go the direction of building your own FPV quads, you've kind of crossed over into the other world. And I think a lot of it had to do with just my time and what I was willing to do, and then finally I got I am impatient. So, for you guys that are watching the stream, that from the replay, I'm impatient, and I've lost my patience, and which has pushed me in the direction I need to go. Now, Kai and I had a long talk. We've had some long talks about this, and he's like, nope, you can't do that. If you're going to do this, you got to do it right. And I'm like, no, I'm not going there anymore. I'm not. I think it's a waste of time to build. Just buy it. And in everything that I want to do in the hobby, everything that makes me excited about the hobby is about creating. It's creating stuff. I like to create videos. I like to create, I want to make stuff. I make really cool thumbnails. You got to admit that the thumbnail for this video is pretty dang good. Let's see if I wonder if I still have the. Hey James, how you doing? You're waiting for the new DJI drone? Guys, this has been the longest wait ever, and I'm for what I'm going to do right now. I don't think it's going to. I've always worried about that building quadcopters, just getting involved in building, and that it would take away from my DJI side, which I really like. But it's not. It actually is going to enhance it. It's actually going to give me more patience, because the way I looked at building is, I'm going to get all these parts and I'm going to quickly make it. And what Friedrichsen has always shown me is that he's always taken his time. I mean, he actually sent Mr. Croc. I think he's had Mr. Croc for well over 2 months maybe. And he's just been kind of methodically walking through it, have a little bit of time, work on it, set it aside, work on it, start another project, buy some parts. So he's kind of always going, And for a person like me that doesn't have a lot of patience sometimes, this is actually going to take care of my patients. So yes, build them. I knew EBR is going to get excited about that. And EBR, I promise you, I am not going to look back. I am not looking back. I am doing everything I can to make it work. From building a good workstation, that's where I'm building from the foundation. So I don't know how you basically started, because I've already built successfully a flying quadcopter, but not the small ones. I built the Arducopter version. I understand it. Um, the My biggest problem has always been I feel like I've had a handicap. There's so many people that have the same issues as me, and they're all not complaining and they're getting it done. And I'm just like, it's stupid that I'm not building quadcopters and I'm not building my own. And basically that's what's happening. I'm, I am fully committed this time. And Kai and I are actually have now. We're gonna talk about more of the. We'll spend a lot more time on it on next Tuesday. We'll talk about the build that we're gonna do because Kai and I are building together. Okay, and we're going to take our time, kind of walk through the process in several weeks. So it's not like we're just gonna slam bam, thank you, ma'am, and next week we'll have a build. We're going to take our time and we're going to go through the little things about doing good, the design phase especially, because every single quad, even though it has kind of a predetermined kind of destination where it's going to go by the builder, by the frame designer, they don't always work out that way. It's kind of like when when this frame was designed, there were some challenges in it, and Kai, he was struggling over this. I can't believe we did this as a first project. I mean, I finally just said, you know what, I picked the wrong frame. I should have got a very simple frame instead of doing this really tiny frame with it had all kinds of problems. From the flight controller, I mean, being really small. So we have a small flight controller. So I said, if we're going to build, it's going to be 30 by 30. Done. We're going to build on a 30 by 30 platform, and we're going to build a 5-inch. That's it. So, so that, that's, in like EBR, he's like, well, guy, hallelujah, you finally seen the light. So anyway, I've been putting together, I've been slowly getting my workstation together. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now. So this is my workstation area right here. It is huge. It's a nice area. I've already got a nice silicone mat going. Um, and yeah, I'll show you guys. Let me use this camera here so you can kind of see where this one's going. But you can see the mat that I've already got set up. And believe me, people that are building, they don't have a lot of people that don't have anything. Have you ever seen what a lot of people that are really into the hobby do? I mean, I think once you get by the things, you develop your build style, and that's what I need. I need to design and build and create my own style. And Kai's gonna have his style, and he knows that I'm gonna eventually deviate from his style. But I need to start from a foundation. So we've got a nice surface to build from. We've got places to put parts that can stay there like constantly. So we're not going to take things out. So anything that I know I'm going to use in a build is going to be available. The little stuff, the screws and all that stuff will be out. And I'm going to slowly find out what I really need, what I don't really need. And so it's just when I started, I always wanted to rush the build, wanted to finish it before dark, so I could fly it the same day. Yeah, you probably can do that, but you probably yeah, I'm definitely, I can be very patient. I can. And I think that's the whole story. I think that's the beauty of creating and building, because I do have patience. I do have patience built in. Crap, just waiting around for DJI crap to come out, months. But I'm like, why am I not productive? Why am I not doing something productive at this point. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'm just, so I've got this, a workstation set up. This is a nice big workstation. It's like a whole desk, so, and I've got a really, I did spend some money on a solder station. I do have a T100 soldering iron, but I think I was like, you know what? The T100 has always been a problem. The wires were always, it's very small. So I got a proper soldering station. That was one of the things Kai said. He says, you know what? Just get a proper soldering station. They're not expensive because Kai uses two. He's got and he, believe me, I think he spent like $14 for one of his soldering irons. And he's like, you don't need an expensive iron. You just need the right one to do the right things. For example, one of the things I learned from doing a lot of the big soldering, for like the big wires, your power wires, your main wires, is you need to have a big tip. So you have to have all that stuff. You have to have good heat, and I was always fighting with the wrong tool at the wrong time. And even though I know I can do this stuff, I mean, I'm not intimidated by it at all. The other thing is on the Kai 2 build, on this build right here. Another mistake that I made was like I said, I didn't have a dedicated area to work, so I took out stuff, threw it on the counter, was working on it, and then I was constantly fighting back and forth. Oh, I got to clean up. Now I can leave my project out in the state that it's in when it's not completed. The other thing was just fighting with the equipment I needed. Like I bought a nice magnifier. So I've got a nice big magnifying glass. That was, guys, let me tell you something that would have saved me so much trouble. Just being able to see what I was doing. And I did have a magnifier, but it was small. The lighting was crap. This one I'm going to have really good lighting. And that I'm not gonna suffer from those same issues. Here, we get this thing down. This is the camera that I'm gonna. Here, I gotta. When I ran this camera wire, well, I gotta go. I'll be right back. I just gotta loosen up my wire here. Let's see here. There we go. Anyway, so yeah. So anyway, so I've got the C930 that I can build using, which is a really good clear camera. And then I've got lighting that'll come with the magnifier. So we're gonna have a really good lit area. We're gonna be able to see really good, and we're gonna have all of our soldering stuff sitting right. We have the right solder that's out, so I'm not gonna play with crappy solder. We got good leaded solder. I think I was using unleaded solder before. There was just a lot of things that I know I was doing wrong. Guys, I was soldering when I was like 15 years old, 14. And I was making electronic stuff, in class, in school. And I always could solder. It was never a problem with me. I was always, and when I went to build my big bird that's behind me, the big one, you guys know, you've seen that 100 times probably. Um, let's go wide, right? The one up top there. When I built that one, it was no big deal. I mean, I just was following along, taking my time. That build took a while. Um, and and I followed all the steps. I did all of the checks, but the soldering iron I used was crap. I used a butane soldering iron for that because I was having trouble getting enough heat. And I don't know why I just didn't go buy a soldering station. It just did not compute. And then I had another buddy that did a bunch of electronic projects. Um, and he told me a long time, he's like, dude, just get a soldering station. And I don't know why I was so reluctant because they're not that expensive. So anyway, I've got a proper soldering station. I've got the right solder. I've got helping hands. Another thing I learned, and I haven't bought this yet. There's a lot of things I haven't purchased yet. And then we'll get to the build. Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to build. And then Kai and I on Tuesday, we'll go over some of the details, why we chose those things. But I'm going to show you, I'll show you the frame we're going to use today. And this was actually Kai's idea. All these, like I said, all these ideas are his. So we got it. So we got a good workstation. Okay, so we're good here. So we'll be able to record all of our work. And the good thing is I'll be able to just move right over right here, same spot. I'm now I can, still do the stream, and that's what Kai and I will do. So we'll be working the. Not there we go. I'm gonna turn off my mic again here, but we'll be able to work, and then of course that's the key is now I have space, and of course I've got lighting. I'm messing around with lighting. So I've got some different lights. This is actually a magnetic light right here that you just charge up. Definitely last a couple hours. So I can, oops, and I can crank this one way up. But and then of course I've got the lights above me, so we'll be able to, to get stuff under. I've got a light up there I don't even have turned on, but we'll like I said, maybe I can tell Alexa to light it up. Alexa, movie lights 100%. That's better. You see how it darkened up a little bit because I've got all this artificial light here, but got to get rid of those shadows. Probably just get rid of that and go to the yellow light. But those are yellow bulbs. I'll probably change those out to white light. White light's so much better to work under. But anyway, you can kind of see what's happening here. Is that there's a slow evolution, and like I said, this is for painting, but you can pick up these. I got 2 of these, so if I go and mess this one up, I've got another one in the wings waiting. But yeah, so this will be my work area, and it's a nice big area. I'd say it's about 3 feet by 2.5 feet. So really nice work area, and have my scale ready to go. Kai and I were looking at tools, so I'll have, proper tools to make sure I'm not always looking for a specific, hex driver. I used to live in Radio Shack. Yeah, Radio Shack was pretty handy, wasn't it? Okay, but yeah, so I can just turn the camera a little bit right there, and we're in workstation mode. So I just thought that would be kind of fun, and so it's been fun thinking it up. And I'm like, what am I gonna do? I just want to make sure I don't turn off my. Let's see. Are we still good there? Right. I just want to make sure I don't turn off my mic here. This one doesn't have. I probably should switch my mics back to my old one. My old one had the raised buttons, and it was a little bit better. There we go. But yeah, so we're going the right direction. The other thing is when I did this one, I didn't have a smoke stopper, and I know I fried the ESCs on this. I was very sloppy with my soldering. I wasn't able to see what I was doing, and that was a mistake right there. I got in a downward spiral, and I didn't just go, okay, I need to have a better, have it. So anyway, one of the things I saw was the tacky, the tacky putty, the blue putty, the thermo. That's another really good thing. I saw somebody working with that. They had their flight stack on the thermo putty, and it gave them a nice solid surface. I've got helping hands, but I didn't like I had the small one, the little magnifier. Anyway, so you can see that I'm putting time and effort into this. I'm not messing around. So it's gonna happen, and we're gonna build. And I gotta get sleep and have a great week. Hey, we'll see you, man. Thanks for popping in, EBR. So yeah, living in Radio Shack. All right, so hey, EBR, before you leave, this is what we're building. Check it out. Okay, see what you think of this. So let's move over to our other camera here. I just got to go to my screen capture. So this is what we're finally building. All right. Can I make a big? I was hoping I could get. So this is the Speedy B Mario 5. There's a ton of reasons why this is a good build, and I haven't. There's a lot of decisions that we haven't decided on yet. One of the things that I do not know what I'm going to do. Kai already knows what he's going to do. He's got the same frame, but what I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm going 03. I don't know if I'm gonna go 03. I'm still thinking about it. I might go. Kai's got a. He's got a Caddx. He's got a Vista with a Polar Pro camera, and that's what I might put on this because I'm gonna be carrying a full size GoPro or a full size camera with this. I mean, it's a 5 inch, so it's almost redundant, and that's kind of one of the battles that I've been is I've always had to go 05 because I wanted good video all the time, but it's $100 cheaper if you just get a Vista or you get a Link, a Wasp, a Link Wasp, a Runcam Link, what with a Wasp camera. It's just so much less expensive, about $150 versus, so you're saving about $80 a build. And then of course you save the money about from doing the builds, and then once you get all your parts picked up, I mean, you can save a couple $100 on a build. So yeah, it's a good looking frame. So yeah, I know you got to get going, but I wanted to show you before you took off. Hey, thanks, James. But yeah, it's a nice frame. It's got a lot going for it. Um, it's heavy duty. But it's not an X frame. Okay, I wanted one that if I say I did put an O3 unit in, I wouldn't get. I don't want props in the shot. I mean, maybe I'll eventually get to where I don't care. But the question is, you don't get props in the shot if you're flying with a GoPro, right? So you get into that whole. But we've always done get dead cat frames. All of my quads are dead cats, so maybe I'll get out of that. Maybe in my next build, once I'm successful at this, it will be a traditional FPV X frame done deal. I'm going to find the most basic X frame, throw in a Runcam in there once again, or a Link Wasp, a combo, and just make it completely put some beefy motors on it. But everything I'm building is 6S. Okay. Thank you, Brave James. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. You thank me by showing up every week. I'm telling you. So I very much appreciate it. The Apex is the best style. Yeah. So and there's a lot of I know of anybody that's flying FPVs flies with the Apex frames. I've seen that. I do believe that Ken Dono, he also is an Apex frame flyer. The low flow is the best, but it's not available anywhere. I'm going to do some research, but my next build, once I'm successful at this, I'm not going to look forward until I go and get what's ahead of me done. But yeah, so I can give you some more info. Like I know the flight controller I'm going to use. Speedy B is got really good deals right now. Okay, so the reason why I went with Speedy B is right now they're kind of a budget. They're budget friendly, and I need budget friendly. If I screw something up, I'm gonna have to fix it. I'm gonna have to buy another one of them to fix it. For example, another ESC. But I did buy a smoke stopper this time. Okay, I do have a smoke stopper this time. I'm not totally stupid. Okay, so let me just look at I'll show you the flight controller. So everything's on the Speedy B site. So we did get a Speedy B flight controller, F7. Of course, we're going to go F7. We want the 32-bit architecture, 30 by 30, right? Yeah, we're 30 by 30. So let's look at the stack. Now this stack, Kai has a lot of stacks that he likes, but this one is on sale. It's the F7 V3. It's got a BL32, so we've got a 32-bit 32-bit processor and 30 by 30. So everything's big. There's no like micro building. Okay, so there's our stack right there, and it's on sale. So we got it for $30 off, which is a pretty good stack. When I look at a flight controller, it's intimidating me. The only thing that's intimidating on a flight, I'm not intimidated by the ESCs. That's easy. That's easy going, even though I've wrecked one before. What is intimidating are the little tiny freaking those right there. Those are super intimidating. But I've been spending a lot of time looking for a good technique of tinning up those little pads, and I know I can do it. I know. I just it's like having the right tip, the right heat, bang, bang, bang. It's done, and it's literally that easy. And not overthinking things, making sure you've got everything ready to go. So there's a lot of that. Another thing that I kind of had a little trouble with is when we were deciding where to put the capacitor, and this one actually has a place for the capacitor. And like I said, Kai and I are going to look once we get the frame. We're gonna Kai and I will probably on his stream will look at some of the things we're gonna do as far as the best location for things like that. Um, I haven't bought my receiver yet, but I'm gonna buy an ELRS. I do have one in a. I've got about another $150. So I'm into this so far about 170. Flux pen. Did I get a flux pen? I didn't. I'm gonna put that on my list. So I've got a list on at Pyrodrone right now. So let's see. I did not get a flex pen. The let's see. Oh, send me a link to that one and I'll add it to my list. So this is my Pyrodrone list. I've got a new tip for my T100. I've got oh man, I'm so sick of freaking. It wants me to buy it right now, and I'm not ready to buy it, man. Just freaking leave me alone, man. Come on. I hate it when that's Pyrodrone is just it jumps to the cart already. If I look at the cart, I'm so let me see if I can find see some flux pens here. Yeah. So that's soldering flux. That's what he's talking about, right? The little flux injector right there. So is that what you're looking at there, Kai? Right there. I've seen that because that's just so you can get the flux on. So anyway, we'll be looking for that. But yeah, that's something. I did get a desoldering. The kit I got has a desoldering tool just in case I've got to clean something up. So that's what I was thinking, right? So if that's not what you're thinking, Kai, I'd like to put it on my same order. So if this is correct, let's put it in my cart. Okay, I'm already at the getting for the RideStar Q20. Get it. I think they're great. It is heavy. Oh, your butt's pretty heavy. I'm 200 and I am 257 pounds, and I had no problem riding the RidStar Q20. Just wanted to give you that info, short clips. I had no problem with it. It carried me. I couldn't get it to 30 miles an hour because I'm heavy, but my kid, who's like 215, he got it to 30. So I just want to let you know that. Flux paste. It's like toothpaste. But yeah, so short clips, yeah. I weigh about 255 right now. And I have two different Ridstar bikes. I still have the first version, the MG1 they call it, and it's great. So don't worry, that weight can handle it. So it's not the flex capacitor. No problem, short clips, man. Hey, ask me any questions anytime about that bike. I can give you a bunch of info. It's a great bike. I don't own it anymore because I since sold it because I'm looking for another one to check out. But yeah. So you want the little can of flux? I don't want that little can of flux. I think if you dick around with flux too much, you start getting it down the. Yeah, all right, I'll get it. Thank you. Hey, appreciate short clips here. I'm gonna eat Blue Wrench short clips too. So give me a second here. But if you need to pop in and ask a question about it, I'm trying to do both the flight stuff and the bikes. And I'm for sure probably this spring I'm gonna probably do another bike. I actually want a moped bike or a moto style bike like that. Those are fun. So so you are a standard moderator there on short clips. Maybe we'll turn you into a drone nerd. So alrighty. Kai's making me buy the freaking flux can too. Guys, I've already screwed up. Okay, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till he puts a parts list together for me because I already bought two things of freaking solder. Uh, One I'm afraid of using because it's 60/40 and the other one's like uh 59. You know what I'm saying, but they're both leaded, so I don't know. He says, "Don't buy the cheap solder. It all looks the same. They just changed the name." Flux is the key. All right. Okay. All right. We'll make sure the flux capacitor is good. But I do need a flux in, right? Should I get that thing? I'm just telling you. Hey, actually, my lightsaber actually is in a spot now that it'll light up behind me now. I've got it in a prominent spot. So I'm gonna buy this thing. I'm putting it in my cart. Okay, Kai, it's going in the cart. All right. I've added it. We're confirming it. It's now that is in my cart. You want resin solder. Let's see. That's not resin solder? Oh boy. Now I've got a solder tip cleaner. I know that. We got that stuff. All right, I'm let's see. Let me just see here. Well, we've got the solder we've definitely got the right leaded resin solder. Yeah, we do have that. No, I've got that taken care of. And I actually have this little, like I said, I have the little mini, that little mini. But I did buy a soldering station, a good one. Got a good soldering station. But I do have resin solder. Yes, I do. Okay, so I did. I'm just trying to compute everything. I should probably get one of these little practice boards. Here, I'm going to put that in there. I'm literally, I'm going to put it in I'm getting a practice board. I need it. I'm not freaking screwing around, man. Because if I'm going to do those little pads, I want to do a couple little pads and get freaking good. So, all right. So if you think I'm freaking wussy to buying a freaking solder board for practice, I'm doing it. I'm getting it. It's already done. It's in the cart. Okay. Dog walk done. Get the can. Oh man. All right. I'll get the can. I'll take the other thing out. Okay. All right. Let me get the flux capacitor. Let's get the can right here. Here's our, let's see. Oh, out of stock. Frick. I'll just get it from Amazon. Like Kai said. Here, I've actually got a, there we go. Rosin flux paste. Which one should I get? It looks like it's all the same. Looks like it's all the same. Solder board. Yep. All right. I did get one. I got one. I don't know if Speedy B comes with a test board, but I need to. I'm actually going to do a bunch of practicing for sure. Guys, this freaking thing's going to be a work of art when I'm done. That freaking thing is going to be, I'm excited, but I'm not crazy. Yeah, I do. I did get a good, I got a good, a soldering station that had multiple tips. It includes a little set of helping hands, so it does have its own built-in helping hands. It has a little thing for the soldering, for the soldering wire, a little roll holder. It has at least four. I think it has 5 or 6 tips, from the little pinpoint tips to the flat tips. I didn't want to get one with too much. It's adjustable where you can set the heat. So rosin. All right, rosin. All right, rosin paste. So I'm just gonna get one of these, right? So this is bestseller right here, so I'm gonna get this one. I don't see any. Everything is about the same as far as its this is 15,000 people bought it, so it's good. So I'm going to add that to my list. I've got a list of things that I've put together here. View your lists. It's on my drone list. This is my drone build list right here. Let's see. Is that in the default list? Yeah, here. That one. I'm going to move that to my drone list right there. There we go. So I've got, yeah, cinnamon scented solder. Oh my God, guys. Guys, I'm freaking in. I told you I'm in. I am freaking in on this project. Guys, I am so sick of waiting for stuff to get done that I am one of those people that has to take control. And I am pissed. I am so out of control. And I want to be back in control. I do have a Radiomaster ELRS RP1 you can see on my my receiver right there. And I'm completely in ELRS. And I finally told Kai, I says, I am not backing away from ELRS because the control, the using a real controller. I've been using like the DJI controller and stuff. It's just not even the same flying. And I actually becoming a better pilot using a better controller. And so T100 T100 or T101, which should I go? Oh, Lambo, you probably gave me crap about that the last time. I have, yeah, I have a T101. Check my phone. Oh boy, Kai's sending me messages. All right. Oh, paste solder. Let's see, rosin. Oh, so he's giving me some stuff. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, I got to just get. One of those. I've had one of those. I actually had. He was talking about the solder, the pen, the flux pen. Um, these are good. I've actually used these. I use these with the big build, and it dried up, and I'm like, oh crap! So I went and found some other resin solder that I had. It was all dirty. Gosh, I've made so many bad mistakes. But yeah, these are the flux pens. But they don't last forever. They dry up eventually. So that's about the only thing. So I'm excited, man. I'm freaking stoked for this project. You guys don't, this is the flight stack that we're using right here. This F7 BL Heli 32 50 amp. And I've actually, Kai was talking about, my next build, I might have a 60 amp or 65 amp, because I might make a super powered one. I might freaking put like proper, like I'm gonna spend more than $100 on motors maybe on my next build, assuming that I don't screw. Yeah, I saw a lot of people using the injector. It's the same thing, but probably I don't know. Like I said, maybe less dirty. Probably the flex pen is probably a lot less dirty than the. So I agree with you on that. So I'll take out. I'll put that, and we'll put the flux pen in there. The flux capacitor. And we'll add that. Let's see. There's a bunch of stuff there. We just need. Yeah, which one did you say was good? This one right here. You get 3 of them for $9. Is that okay? Dean Sharp, what? Just ordered a Speedy B Mario 5 frame, F722 Pro Stack, iFlight Zing E Pros. Yeah, see, my motors are cheap. I'm gonna get to my motor selection. I bought the. Yeah, so Dean, you'll have to tell me how good yours flies. Because Kai and I, like I said, he's walking me through the process. He is going to make this successful, and I am not going to give up. I am going to freaking figure it out. I'm going to get everything. We're going to walk through the entire process, and I'll record it as well. So as I'm recording it, we're going to do as much live as we can, but anything that I do on from camera, I'll be taking the, you know, we'll be taking the freaking the DJI Pocket 3 out, and we'll be doing a proper video as well, going through the whole thing, because I think it's an important step in my evolution. So, okay, let's see, Kai, let's see. Probably the 35 volt. He's talking about, did he say anything about the capacitor does come with the stack? I did see that. Okay, I'm just getting one of these, Kai. I'm not going to freaking ask you any longer. It's $9. I'm going to get these three right here. $9.99 right there. Right there. Okay, we're adding that. We're not adding it to the cart. We are putting it in we're saving it to our list. We're putting it in the drone build list. And we're going to take out there's our Diatone Mamba board. Oh, those are the practice boards. I only got one. I'm not going to freaking practice 100 times. I'm not going to need 6 practice boards, do I? Yeah, Hey, Lambo, I'm coming to. I'll be in Minnesota in June, so maybe we can hook up when I'm in Minnesota. I'll let you know, because I know you live close by there. But June is the month. I'll be there about 3 months. 3 months. I'll be there 3 weeks, not 3 months. Holy crap, that's all summer. I won't have any FPV gear at this point. We'll see. It's hard to travel with FPV gear, and I don't have a lot of space, so we'll see. Maybe I'll bring a couple back. I don't know. Yeah, so we got a good flex pen. Let's view my list here. Yeah, so, and we've got, I bought that, Kai and I, that Hobby Park hex driver set right there. We got that right there. I have hex drivers, but I don't have a proper set, where everything is just nice and it's made for what we're doing. No more dicking around. I told you I'm not dicking around with this project. Okay, we're not messing around. And I'm going to get rid of this one because I don't need that one anymore, or that. I'm going to get it at. I'm going to get those from. I'm going to remove that. So this is my smoke stopper, my GPS. So we got a TBS M10 GPS GLONASS module. I know you can't see it. I don't need this tool because I'm buying them from the other set. I did get a new soldering tip, another TS100 tip. Damn it, I hate that when that goes like that. So I did get another soldering tip. And I did put a RunCam Link Wasp in here, but I probably, if I do, I told Kai that if I don't get an 03, I will be buying he's got a Vista Nebula Pro that he's going to pull out of one of his builds. So no dicking around all the time. What am I doing right now, right? This isn't dick around camp. That's what I tell my kids, man. we're not dicking around anymore. No dick around camp. But this should be fun. Okay, let's check the motors out. All right, let's go to the motors. So, guys, if you're already familiar with the Speedy Bee site, if you go to their products and we go to motors, they have a really good budget motor right there. The Max Ecos is what we're doing. I know they're not the best motors, okay, but they're $12 a motor. It's perfect for a starter project. When I get better, we'll go up to we can go 6S, so we're in good shape, so this is the motor that we picked out. I already got them coming. Those are the Ecos. So hopefully they last. Now let's see what that is. What motors are those? Those are SpeedX. These are the Ecos right here. Same motor, but different KV. So, and these have been really good. So I'm not complaining. These things rip. But these are the T mounts. So these are 2005s, right? Let's see. I can't remember. Emax, E-Coat. I don't remember what they're. Kyle, tell you. I can never remember. I got to figure that. Right now, I'm just trying to get over the big. But that's our motor design. So good starter motor for a very expensive build. And the good thing about motors is it's not hard to replace motors. It really isn't. It's probably one of the easiest things about doing the project is soldering motors. I know I can knock those out. I know I can. I just hurried my last time. I actually I had decent soldering, joints, but nothing like I wasn't, they weren't beautiful. And I know I could do a hell of a lot better job with the right tool. So, but yeah. So you're gonna do the Master Five? Is that let's see, was that what you said there, Dean? Oh, you're gonna do the Mario frame? Yeah, the Master Five is kind of a. I mean, the Speedy Beam, that frame is a little freaking expensive, But that's what they cost. If you're gonna do like a fly fish or you're gonna do anything with LEDs on it. So that's a nice looking frame, but just not for this build. Like I said, we're budgeting this thing. My goal is to stay about. Well, I figured it'd be about $400 into this build, not counting all the other crap, because I'm not going to buy all the other stuff again. Because once we get this thing done, I'm going to start swapping out. Once I get this done, I'm going to start swapping out air units. Like I'll probably take a Vista out of my long range because I don't fly that thing anymore, and build another quad, pull it out, do a little, you know what I'm saying, do a little bit of a, because I still want to fly a Cinewhoop, but I wasn't going to make, Kai talked me out of the Cinewhoop. So, well, like I said, we'll talk, he'll go over all of that stuff. Tuesday, we got a lot to talk about. So, so, but anyway, that's the project right there. And this, like I said, the Run Camp Link HD kit. I'm probably going to do that with this project. My guess, but like I said, he's already got a Vista. We already got the VTX with the camera, and I do like the polar camera, so it's all good. So I'm getting a good deal. He'll help me out, and we'll get it in the air, and that's the big thing is just getting this thing in the air. We're gonna drop our costs, start being a lot more creative about what we fly and how we fly it, and I'll fly more, and that's the goal. Um, the goal is to fly more, and to not sit and talk about flying, but actually fly. I'm a damn good pilot. I don't suck. I'm not the best pilot, but I'm damn good. I'm not afraid of flying and doing crazy crap with my quads. Um, but I'd get better if I flew more. So that's where we're getting to. And the Domain is my test. This is my practice quad right now. This sucker it's my freestyle practice quad. I can rip this thing. I've got a bunch of batteries to practice on. I don't have to worry about camera weight. And then if I really want to practice, I go right to the Kai 2 because the Kai 2 weighs nothing. And this one you can completely you can get insane with this because it doesn't weigh anything. So you can hang upside down for an hour and a half, So, all right, where are we at here? So anyway, that's what's going. The Frankenwhoop. Let's see. The frame is quality. Look at the price. Yeah, the price is freaking insanely cheap. Guys, you just do not see. Guys, you do not see frames that have all of the bells and whistles that the Mario frame has, and then it comes in a light version where you can take all the crap off of it. So it gets down to $33. But if you add all, and then you get all the here, let me find them. You get all the right there, the print files. So yeah, right there. So right there, you get the print files, and you can print them in whatever color you want. So Speedy Bee can be green or blue or whatever color you want. So I think that's cool. So that's the other really, really sweet thing about this frame. Look at all the extras. I mean, it comes with everything. Silicone mounts, screws for mounting the flight stack and the VTX, It just comes with everything. That's the light right there. And we're gonna do the, yeah, we're doing the DC. We're doing the Dead Cat, right, Kai? With the GPS and everything. We're gonna make this full on GPS. It's gonna have, like I said, it's gonna be LRS, and it'll be fun. So very cool, man. All right. Anybody? Let's see. Yeah. What do you want? 6S, man. Everything's gonna be 6S. I love 6S power. You get a little bit more flight time with 6S. You just that you start fighting with power output, and with 5 inchers, we've only increased their flight time because of 6S batteries. We've gone from 4 minutes to 6 minutes, and that's a lot of time. So yeah, and in a dead cat version. So all right, I'm gonna cut it there. But there's just so much going that's good on this frame. I mean, it's just so much. There's so many cool things. I think Speedy Bee is making the hobby. They know that they're going to make up for the frames. They're going to make up their cost with other things that we're going to buy, like the motors. I mean, they found us some budget motors. They found us they give us some every once in a while they give us a deal on our flight stack, and we need that. It's just everything is so expensive. So. All right, guys, it's 5:14. I think I am exactly an hour into my stream. I started about 5 minutes late, but yeah, just really good. I told Kai I don't know what I want to do yet, but when I finally make the decision on the VTX, more than likely we're gonna go with I think I'm leaning towards to the Cadix Vista, the Link. So anyway, so we're on our way, man. We are great. That's not what I wanted to do. I just wanted you to hear. That was a little too quick. I didn't mean to jump out yet. But yeah, so we got a nice, like I said, here's my build station. And like I said, we're adding to this station as we go. We're getting there. Like I said, I printed out our parts list. There's all this. There's our main. This is all ordered. It's on the way. So you can't. I mean, for $180, I basically got all of the basics. And you don't need a GPS, so I could have taken $20 off of that. You can always compromise on the video. If you're not gonna use it to film stuff. There's really no need for an 03 if you're just going to constantly recycle your camera, So you can't beat that beginning right there. $47 for motors. I mean, that's a good start. So all right, man. Put an 03 in it. I know it's like $100, And I'm trying to create a rule. I'm trying to create a set of rules so I don't, because you can always put an 03 in it, right? I can always take an I think they're $225 right now. My guess is in a month or so, the 03s are going to be cheaper. Maybe in the $100 range. Or no, not $100. I mean the $175 range, $180 range. That's what I mean. So I'm thinking we're going to get an 03 eventually at about $180. And then we'll just stick 03s in everything. 1,400, 9 minutes. I've gotten over 6 with the 1,300s that I'm flying with. Yeah. But I'm constantly on the throttle. So if you're not constantly on the throttle, I can probably conserve. So let's see, 180. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm excited, and I'm gonna hold back my enthusiasm because I don't want to screw this one up. I want to make sure that this build happens and that I keep wanting to build. I don't get frustrated and I'm going to go, I'm gonna just buy them again. I'm sick of copping out of that because I've always wanted to do this, so it's gonna happen. Except I'm committed, so I keep looking over at the at everything that's going on. So, and then the biggest reason is I am so freaking bored. I am bored of waiting. If I want, guys, there's no reason why I shouldn't have a 2-inch right now. I should have already been flying it. I should have bought $100 frame and stuck a freaking a Link Wasp in that. Should have been flying it already. That'd be the easiest project ever. I mean, they sell it with the motors in it already. I mean, you just freaking buy the frame and you throw a freaking VTX in it and you're flying. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna cut the stream off at this point. We're about 2 minutes in, and I hope you guys I hope you see success. I want you to see successful build and this enthusiasm not getting curved, and of course my knowledge level going up with the enthusiasm. So, like I said, I'm excited for the mail to come again. All right, we got parts, I got motors, yeah, that kind of stuff. A penny for my thoughts. A max donation $1. Oh, thank you for $1. Thank you for $5. Hopefully I can be successful and we can keep learning and we can make the Tuesday stream even more powerful with a couple of creative minds going at it. Right now Kai drives the Tuesday stream. It's from my lack of expertise, and the only way you get way you get good at stuff is to do it. You just got to do it. So, and I always wanted to. All right, I think I've mother tripping F. But that Lambo, let's see. I told you I'd be. Let's see. I was just saying if we like I said, if I run into you, it'd be this summer. I just want to let you know that because Lambo's from my stomping grounds, man, from my hometown. So that's a meetup I would do in a second. So if I knew, it's time to eat. So while on here. Yeah, let me just get the call here. You can hear it. Let's see. Here we go. Hello. Hello. Dinner. All right. Bye. All right. There it is. That was even quicker. So dinner time. Hex nuts. Damn it. Kai, stop adding to the freaking list. Hey, oh man, I do have a lot of hex nuts. I do, but not the stack nuts. So I do have I bought a kit with the nylon stuff. So I have some more. Yeah, if I don't have gear, I think I'll still try to get together just to see you get. It just depends. I don't know what I'm going to bring because when I go there, when I go to Minnesota, I usually am going there to work a lot. My dad and we do projects. So, and it's a farm. So he keep me working, but he would love he's got a really big area to fly in. So you don't have to fly in a park. We could fly on the farm. That would be cool to do a little meetup and a meetup on the farm. So that would be actually the coolest meetup ever. The Minnesota meetup, drone meetup. So Frittata Friday. All righty. Yeah, I'll call you after dinner, Kai. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you. Appreciate you today. Hopefully you're excited about this project and where we're going to take it. Because like I said, this is something I went crazy and I said, this is the project that I think we should do. Remember when we did that stupid battery thing and I was just fumbling all over the place? That's because I had the wrong freaking tip for my freaking, I didn't have a soldering station. If I'd had a proper soldering station, I finally did get the battery good and it works. I've got them. I still have them. Okay. So, I mean, we were able to build those. I'm actually tearing these apart. So we're gonna tear these apart, and I'm gonna make one a 4S pack, and then I'm gonna take the extra battery and the extra two batteries, and maybe I'll throw that in one of those little tiny, those 2S builds. One of those. I think they did. I think they have a you know a Dave C 2S build, but yes, man, I'm excited. Yeehaw! I'm out of here, guys. Let's take it. We're taking it home, and we're out of here. Bye.